Hi everyone and welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year if you're watching this after the fact. I have a small piece of Norfolk Island pine here. I've only had the pleasure of turning a little bit of the Norfolk Island pine, and I really love it, but I have a hard time finding it. If anyone knows of any good sources, let me know in the comments. And if you've never turned it, it's a real pleasure to turn. It's easy to turn, and the uniqueness of the grain, it has subtle red highlights. It's just very pretty. So I have it mounted with a woodworm screw and balancing it out here, making it true. And if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you know that I usually post videos on Sunday. This is just a bonus video. I will still be posting a video on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. I remove the tailstock, making sure it's in balance, and then I start on the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to use a tenon here. I usually do a mortise and a foot. With the size and shape and simplicity of this bowl, I thought a flat bottom would look better. Let me know how you decide that in the comments below. I know there's a never-ending debate about mortise versus tenon, but how do you decide? Do you stick with one all the time, or does it depend on the project? Because for me, it depends on the project. It depends on the specific piece of wood. So working on the corners here, just trying to get a nice simple curve, one that will fit the simplicity of the piece. Nothing too dramatic. Want to let the wood speak for itself. So after the denatured alcohol evaporates, I put on 1 coat of sanding sealer, and I cut the sealer 60-40, 60 with the Zinsser's brand sealer and 40 with denatured alcohol. I get a lot of questions about that, and if you're interested in checking out the specific brand of sealer that I use, it is linked in the video description, and it's the brand is called Zinsser's. Onto the Axe Abrasive Paste. And now if you've watched the channel, you already know this, but in case you're new here, if you want to try out Axe, there's a link in the video description, and PF Woodturning viewers can get 10% off if you use PF10 at checkout when you go to axewoodpaste.com. Thank you to Axe for providing a little bit of savings to the viewers. It's much appreciated. Now onto one of my favorite parts, which is the Axe polishing paste. I like the Axe line of products because they are very easy to use and they end up with a great result every time. I like the polishing paste especially because it leaves a nice sheen without making it too glossy, and it's certainly not satin either. Quick shout out to my top 2 patrons, Dave E. and Robert H. Thank you. Also, thank you to Dave, Ryan, Dale, and Khalid. If you're interested in supporting this channel, you can become a Patreon member as well. Get sneak peeks of projects and some inside info. There's a link in the video description. No pressure, of course. After reversing it, I make sure it's in balance and true, and then I start the hollowing process. And here I'm using a Carter & Son bowl gouge. All the tools and products that I use will be linked in the video description if you want to check them out. Some are affiliate links, some are not. And the only thing that means is it helps my channel if you click on those links and purchase through there. It doesn't cost viewers any extra money whatsoever. So this didn't take long to hollow out, mostly because of the size, and it's not a real difficult wood to turn. I find it very satisfying. Sanding using power sander here, and also I did hand sanding as well. Denatured alcohol to clean the inside, just like I did on the outside. After sanding sealer, I will use the Axe abrasive and polishing paste again, and I'm going to be quiet for a little bit while you watch that, and I'll be back when we're ready to take off the tenon. Putting the Longworth style chuck in the chuck jaws, and going to mount the bowl. I always use a little bit of paper towel or something else to protect the bowl, because it's the outside is newly finished, as you know. And then I turn it at about, I think I was at about 450 RPMs here. And I just take off the tenon very slowly. And make sure it's flat. Now I'll use some sandpaper to clean it up just a little bit before I use the branding iron. Final touches. Here, putting my logo on with the branding iron. There's a link in the video description to an Etsy site where I buy the customized branding iron. Highly recommended. Giving the camera here a few close-ups. See that subtle red. Beautiful wood. There'll be some photos here at the end, as usual. And once again, there'll be another video on Sunday, per the usual schedule. This one was just a little extra. If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up and share it on your social media. That will all help and be greatly appreciated. So until Sunday, peace out.